Welcome to At the Vanguard. We're TB Vanguard, and our motto is for fans by fans. We showcase fans on the front line of the Team VZ movement. This podcast is an open forum to discuss current topics as they relate to Chris Brown and his fan base.
Welcome to At the Vanguard. Today is Monday, June 11th, 2018. And we'll just go ahead and start with saying our names. I'm Nikki.
Paula.
April.
Tammy.
All right. So, lots of fun things to talk about today. We can start with social commentary like we usually do. And I think today we were focusing on Colin Kaepernick.
Yes.
Did I say his last name right? Kaepernick?
Yep, it's Kaepernick. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like thinking of the spelling in my head as I'm saying
I know.
his name.
You just can't think
Long
about
name.
it because you look at it, it looks like
And
hey
it just messed
something.
me up.
Like no.
Any other time I could say it right. Okay.
Right.
So he's being represented by Mark Garagos, correct? And
Yes.
Mark, there's an article out where he said that he is basically put out a subpoena for the president of the NFL. Is that correct, Paula?
He says that he's got a surprise, like a big, change coming in the proceedings because the thing about a lot of people don't know about Mark, he's sued Pfizer, which is a pharmaceutical company. Pharmaceutical companies are some of the most powerful companies in the United States, and he won.
Mm-hmm.
And he's really an excellent trial attorney. So, he's got a great track record with these kind of cases, class action suits and that type of thing. So, yeah, it's a major thing. But we don't know exactly what that is. If you read the second article, the first article is talking about the case itself, because the president really sort of said things that really he felt intimidated the NFL and made them think, we should go ahead and fire him. That was his point. And then he was saying recently that there were some new details that they have that's going to change the case. So, did anybody else read that? April?
I didn't read it. I read the
No.
headline.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read it. That is, yeah, I read it. That is, it's going to be a big turn around in the case. Like, I guess there's like something that's going to happen that hasn't happened yet. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what it could be though. What do you think?
No,
it might be?
I know. I don't know whether they have something with him, saying something directly to the NFL, or I'm talking about the president, or I don't know. I don't know what it could be, but yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen with that. But it would be great because Collins really is unprecedented what's happened to him because he did nothing, committed no crime.
Right.
He just did a silent protest, and many people have done that, but they picked him out to fire him. So, yeah.
What's annoying is that they don't.
Go ahead, April.
April?
What's annoying is that they're totally being obtuse and missing the actual reason for why he is. They're saying it's a patriotic thing. It has nothing to do with being patriotic. It has to do with human rights and respecting human rights. And the problem is people are purposely, purposely being obtuse about what it's really about. And it is about the rights of others, and it's about civil rights. At the end of the day, that's exactly what this is about. And, everybody deserves to be respected regardless of their race or religion or whatever. So he's doing exactly what he needs to. He's exactly where he needs to be, and he's caused a ripple effect in in this instance in our history, which will, he'll always be known for. And the fact that he took a stand and said, no, it's enough of this nonsense.
Right.
We need more Kaepernick.
Mhm.
I'll tell you what I find disturbing, though, that the NFL players they're so separated from from their power. They don't understand that this league is nothing without them. They accept the worst pay. They get, the worst injuries, take on the most risk, and yet they get the lowest play of professional players. And
I think
it's because they accept it. They, instead of going out and protest with him, they all cowed as if, I'm going to lose my check. You're not going to lose your check for long because there's no NFL without you.
Well,
I mean,
but you just said it. You're not going to lose your check for long.
Yeah.
It's what they should be doing is kind of vying together to have their setup similar, if not exactly the same as the basketball players, as the NBA.
Yes. Yes.
I think they have a lot more leeway to do stuff like that because of how they're paid. And so,
right.
While I mean, they all have their livelihoods, and it would be great if the ones who wanted to stand behind them could. But I think if they had the support of the team owners and their coaches, it would make it a little bit easier for them to do that. So the reason I said that is because last week, didn't that ruling go into effect now that they will be fined if they So last week, some ruling, and correct me if I'm wrong because I can't remember how it was phrased, but basically, if you didn't stand for the national anthem as at the NFL game as a player, you could be fined.
Yeah,
right. You could be suspended and fined. And it was a big deal, obviously, because they really can't do that, but now they're putting that law into effect.
Right.
So the reason I mentioned about coaches and teams and all of that is because there was one team and one coach last week, I'm pretty sure it was last week, who said, whatever, like they're going to do whatever they want to do, and I don't remember what team that was. But having that kind of support makes it a little bit easier. Now, obviously, they could, if they all band together and did it, well, they can't suspend everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
And fine everybody. Yeah. That's true. And I agree. But because they, in my opinion, it would be helpful for the ones that really want to do that if they had the support of teams and owners. Like if they're all doing it, because I don't know if they have a union or anything like that to protect them. Because what Kaepernick is doing is phenomenal, but unfortunately, everybody's not going to do that, and it's hard to ask everybody to do that. So, if all the minority players did it, they would sit there and fine all of them. You know what I'm saying? But
the thing is, that would be the majority of the players are black. I mean, that would really shut down the NFL. They don't want that. But what I'm saying is, not knowing your power is the real problem. If the NFL players don't have guaranteed money like the NBA, when most of them, when they retire, do not have money anymore. They have money, but they don't have any income. It's all shut down, and they don't have large amounts of it. It sounds like a lot, but over a lifetime, it's not. They have major injuries and issues. But the NBA players paid way better because they stand up for themselves. And if the NFL players, to me, this was an opportunity for them to finally get some rights. I mean, they have it. I mean, the idea that the thing with the owners, they have the nerve, to, we're going to suspend you and do your if you exercise your right to protest. I mean, constitutionally, they can't do that, but they did it. And I mean, if they had not vowed to it, it wouldn't have gone this far. but they bow to it. That's my feeling about it. I really feel like they let themselves be crushed for fear of the paycheck. I understand. Believe me, I'm not somebody who can miss a paycheck, so I understand exactly where it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, they have so much at stake. I'm not even a fan of sports, but I know, just the things that I've seen, that they have a lot of risk and the least pay.
Oh, yeah.
And that's because they lack of power. What do you think about that, April? I know you're a sports fan.
I just want to say that it seems as though the case has gone well as far as proving politically Trump being politically partisan towards Kaepernick because he spoke out, and also he was speaking to a lot of the owners as far as like getting him out of the NFL. So that part seems to be going well because he's made several statements towards Kaepernick playing and also taking a knee. But the issue as far as the NFL, which he may have been talking about, it's going to be a turn or a major turn or a surprise, because the issue was he has to be able to prove that there was collusion with all of the other 32 other team owners.
Right.
And how is he going to, prove that? So maybe that could be the turn in the case.
Yeah, if he could prove that, it would be major because that's illegal.
Right.
It would
that they all band together to not hire him.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what's the tone. In the case that took a major turn, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Came in.
It's Sandy.
Hi, Jen.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I was about to ask if it was really 9 o'clock, but I thought maybe so. She's on the time.
So we see Jen reads everything, huh? Well, she works in the courthouse, so they have to read everything. Always a fine print, huh?
Right.
Nobody else will saw it.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I was in a panic. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? Well, Andy, we're talking about the case against the NFL and that Mark Garagos is doing with Colin Kaepernick on behalf of him.
Well, yeah.
Did you see that?
I saw where you had put the link in there, but I'm still at work, so I haven't read it yet. But
okay.
I guess they're going. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know he had taken on Colin's case. So.
Yeah, I think there are going to be a lot of lawsuits against Trump. He's just breaking rules all the way around, honey. So, yeah, he just needs to keep doing that terrible job he's doing.
Well, see, I'm not. The concern isn't to me the lawsuits. I need them to win.
Yeah.
Well, the one against Trump, I think he's going to win because he already has the phone calls that he's been speaking to the owners directly, and also Trump has made several statements to actually get rid of Kaepernick, which is illegal. Like, you can't be politically partisan, with with the NFL, which is a private, industry, and against the people, like, against a private citizen, like, that doesn't even sound like,
No.
and presidents shouldn't intervene in things like that.
No. And so that's what we were talking about, Chandy. Last week is and this week, but last week they put that rule into effect about suspending and fining players who do not stand during the national anthem.
Yeah,
which
is
ridiculous because, that was just ridiculous because they have a right to kneel or sit down or do whatever they want, and I just think that is insane because I'm sure a lot of y'all have known people who actually served in the military, and I've known a couple who have lost their life, and they would have quickly told you they did that for people to have the right to freedom of speech.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And do you think that someone would be able to, and this is to all of you guys, sue, just the fact that they made that rule, or do you think someone would have to get suspended and then sue?
Probably have
That's
to be
probably what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suspended first and then sue? Okay.
Yeah. Even though it's an illegal, that law in itself is unconstitutional.
Right.
Well, it's really, is it a law or is it a policy?
It's a policy. It's a rule. Yeah, it's not a law.
Yeah, it's a policy. So you can have different companies' policies.
Yeah, you're going against somebody's
in your organization,
right,
but still, like you just said, I think that's just a policy. And what will happen is when it's just going to be challenging when they do try to implement it after the person has been once they start doing it, and they all need to just do it. They all need to plan, come together, be like the ant, what the ant did, do what you got to do. Be the worker ant, and you know what I'm saying, so you can get what you need to get achieved. That should be the concept. But I think a lot of them have fear. It's a lot of fear.
I don't even know that anybody would necessarily have to get suspended first, because you would think that under, I don't know if it'd be like what Title IX is more for school age, but surely there's something like under the civil rights stuff to where, because that's like, the NFL's a company.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Like that's, and so much of that falls under like your freedom of speech, violating like your beliefs, like religion, like they're violating so many different. Like you could, if you like, and Mark is a good attorney, so like you could. I'm sure they can find something somewhere where that is like that is the NFL again is a company, so they can't yell that they're like a religious, like a church or something. Or like a company that is affiliated with the church, and so if you don't, like if you don't have our beliefs, then you don't have to work here, kind of thing. So I'm sure he can find something. I don't even know that it would come down to somebody having to be suspended before. Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong, but.
Well, somebody would have to challenge it, but they probably could sue. But it probably until somebody. But what I'm saying is, I think until somebody does, they probably won't go after, unless Mark decides to do that. I mean, he may do that as a part. I don't know. We don't know everything in the case yet, but he may decide to do that. Okay. One second.
I don't see how they were able to make the policy or implement it if it wasn't something that they had their lawyers go through and have specific language in there that would not impede civil rights. So obviously they have something, because they wouldn't have been able to do it to begin with, even create it.
Well, the whole thing
they're probably thinking,
private entity.
They're probably thinking that nobody's going to want to challenge it.
Yeah.
Because look at how many, let's just face it, how many pro athletes are white? Not a lot. So how many of those other athletes are going to take that risk and challenge it and lose their job? You know what they're doing, but they're trying to target what they're doing.
Right.
So, and Colin, look what they've done to Colin. How many of those other guys, are going to take that risk that they're going to lose their livelihood? And so, it's just going to take that one lawsuit or whatever. But I think they were banking on.
But you're right.
Let's just not see if anybody's going to challenge this and look into whether we did this legally or not.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was easy to oust Collins simply because
he, his contract was up. But you got so many people in there now that have guaranteed contracts. You can't just fire them, and even if you do, you're going to have to pay them. So even if you let them go, you got to pay them. It's not like they're going to be without their livelihood. So
that's why the NFL didn't have a guaranteed contract.
They do. But it just depends on who you are. Like Julio Jones right now, he's up for a contract extension. So once he gets that extension, he's a wide receiver, but it'll be guaranteed for him. And we know quarterbacks are guaranteed. You don't have to worry about that.
Right.
But, it just depends on who the player is. And they're going to need, if a player is going to challenge it, it has to be somebody with a name and a long contract, the NFL would have to really do work to try to get out from under that contract, just to not be able to pay them or be affiliated with them. So, but I think the main thing is the language, like somebody was talking about the language and the fact that they were able to go ahead and do this. It's because they are a private entity. And because the NFL is a private entity, they can write anything they want to in as far as the job goes, like when you're on company time. That's why they were able to do this legally. So they didn't violate anything legally by what they put out there, as far as you got to kneel. I mean, you got to be able to stand for the not the Pledge of Allegiance, but for the national anthem, and you can't. If you're in the locker room, you can be fined and all this stuff like that. So that's what that's all about. Because it's a private corporation.
Instead of one that's funded from federal dollars or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, and it's the same like where I work. They have to, they can implement certain rules, the way they want to. Now, they can't not hire somebody because of their skin color and stuff like that, but as far as like the things that they allow on their campus, they can set those rules.
Okay, we've got another caller. Who's calling number 8?
Hi guys, this is Shay.
Oh, hi Shay.
Hey Shay. Hi everybody.
Hi. Are you an NFL fan? Have you heard anything about the what happened with Mark's lawsuit?
Yeah, I read the article.
So what did you think about it?
I definitely wasn't surprised.
Yeah. Well, I'm still in the club that they all need to band together, and there's power in numbers, but fear keeps people from moving ahead. I mean, civil rights movement never would have gotten along if people hadn't really risked their jobs and their lives too. So I mean, at some point, you can't stay on the plantation forever. And they are, and the NFL more than any other is like a plantation. I've never seen anything like it. It's crazy in this day and age.
Yeah, the NFL is worse. Like they were comparing that to the NBA, and they were like, "This is ridiculous." And it's even more men of color in the NBA, even than the NFL. Believe it or not. So just the fact that the NFL can't get this right, like I think it's because of the owners. They're all old white men, and it's just that mind state. They're not willing to compromise, not even for their own dollar. That for the dollar they thinking we're going to lose more by doing it this way, and I just don't think that's true. I think if you bad behind your players, you'll be in better shape.
But those players need to stand up for themselves in the absence of it, because those owners aren't going to come forward. So I just feel like they really need to get a backbone, But
I really to get the right one. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying get a backbone. That's all. And just power numbers.
I mean, I agree with you though. If you get the right person to stand up. You need that one person that's going to stand up and really gather the troops together, so to speak, and not be afraid. I mean, you had players last year, they donated their salaries, their full salaries, You had one guy that did that, and then you had a couple of guys that, they were just doing so many different things to try to, stay engaged with it. You know what I mean? So hopefully I think when the season starts, we'll see it again. We'll see a lot of people, actually put their money where their mouth is, because that's going to be the time to do it.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, what the outcome is from this lawsuit. I'm not sure when it begins, but yeah, I think it'll change things, or first some change anyway. So we'll see what happens.
Right.
Definitely, I think, that if it goes well, the lawsuit, then that'll just open up the door.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, okay. So we can keep it moving then. So moving right along. Who saw the Hope You Do video? Everybody don't know the video once? I'm sure you all did.
I hope everybody
I did too.
I'm sure you all did. So the night before he put out that video, right, and he says, surprise, video coming out tomorrow morning. Video coming out tomorrow. And I thought he actually did a really good job of putting it out early for California time, because this happens every single time a video is put out. People forget he's in LA, and they expect it as soon as they wake up. It was just like, where's the video? And I think he put it out at like LA time, like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock my time. Yeah, but it was before noon. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I got an email to my to my email saying, new video. I was like, oh, well, there you go.
I got that too.
So, yeah. So we'll do. I won't start, but I just wanted to put that out there. We'll do round robin again. And Paula, whoever you want to have start with what they liked about the video.
I just usually go down the whole list in front of me in April, just in alphabetical order, April 1st. But what I wanted to ask is, what was your favorite part of the video? What did you think about the video, and what was your favorite part?
The intro was one of my favorites, and the girl dancing. I love the part with the girl dancing. It was a really good video, very good flow.
All right, Shay.
My favorite part, it was one part to where they're coming down the stairs and then they're doing like this shoulder move. And then it's one shot to where he smiles when he does it. I don't know, that for some reason that just did something for me.
Yeah.
And then, another one I liked, it was a scene where he was spinning in the hallway and then he stops and then he freezes. I don't know why I love that so much, but those are my two favorite ones.
All right. CM?
I got so many favorite parts in this video. First of all, let me just say thank you, Chris, for coming back to what I love the most in your videos. It's not just you're dancing because you're dancing a lot, but this choreography was so on point for me. I mean, I can't even explain the greatness of this video. It gave me so many good vibes. But I think what I love the most is they're already down the steps, and it's like the part where he said, "You got the keys to my heart, to my house, and my heart, and I hope that you save me," and all that. It's that part right there, because when he started breaking it down right there, I'm about lose it for the whole video. Like, I'm like, yes, Chris, I'm singing, and because he did it was just everything to me. I can't really explain it. I did a reaction video to this video, and because it's just that good, guys. Like, this video is that good. It's like you don't have to, in this moment, nothing else matters but the video. So whatever happening in his life, nothing matters but he in this video, and he just broke it all the way down. So, and the girl dancers just do it all for me. I'm just like, yes. So I can't really explain it, but the fact that he had all female, all that I've seen was all female dancers. So, That's what I like.
And fully clothed. It's all dance, female dances, and then fully clothed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about. There's nothing to take away from the video, like,
Right.
nothing. Like, it's all about the music and the dancing and all that.
Right. Yeah. Okay, Jandy.
Yeah, that I loved how where somebody was commenting about how all Chris Brown needs is stairs, and it was just like the video was just it was just so simple. He just the trench coat and the hat and the shoes and the girls, they were it was just so simple, but just so
the white tee,
everything
throwing on the white tee.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. It was.
Yeah.
He made sure it was simple.
And then somebody had put up a comparison with the one from way back where they were in the train station, the video.
Oh yeah, give me that.
Yeah. How it and comparing the difference. But yeah, he just in the way I guess the beginning of it when they were coming down the stairs, and then in the end towards the very, very end of it when they were in the tunnel, just his choreography. And again, I think Shay was talking about that one spot where they, where somebody had commented on that too, that I saw. They were like, "Did you catch the stop?" How
right.
he just, and then just went right back into it. It's just oh my God. It was just great. The lighting and just everything on that video, they just all of them, his dancers and everybody, it just flowed together it was just great. And that one, when I saw that video too, that convinced me. I really don't know that I can actually go watch this tour. I don't know that I can. Oh my God! I may legit go to jail or have a heart attack on this one. I don't know that I can do it. I really don't. Yeah. So.
Oh, buddy. All right, Nikki.
I liked the fact that it was black and white. I actually got a vibe of obviously the beat is different, but I still got a Rhythm Nation vibe because it was dark, and it was I know, right? It gave me a warehouse feeling and dancing in the stairs and all of that. And it just gave me it just gave me that vibe. But then I just liked how simple it was, and it just once again showcasing his dancing and all of that. So he always does something different every video, so it's good to see, but we don't always get black and white simple videos. Sometimes you never know what way he's going to go with his videos.
Yeah.
So, that one I liked. Not to say I didn't like the others, but that one I liked.
Okay. Tammy?
The favorite part of the Hope You Do video that I like the most is in the tunnel when they're walking. I think is it 6 dancers, 3 on each side, and they're all walking into the tunnel.
Oh yeah.
And I love his outfit and their outfits, and then they all start dancing. I like the part when he's coming down the steps and with the girls. It was a little different from the other videos he's done this year, and the choreography was really good. The only thing, I don't like dark videos.
Dark, yes.
So that was the only thing.
I knew that.
He would have gave me a little more light, But overall, it was a great video. It's a lot of energy in it. I love the outfits for the girls, Chris. Yeah. The dancing, the scenery. It was really good. Really good. It's just a little more light, that's all.
I knew you were going to say that, so when I saw this whole Tammy's going to say, it needs a little more light. But
yeah, I always need the light.
I know. But my favorite part, when they're coming down the stairs, and he goes, "Don't take no pictures, don't take no pictures." He does his hands like that. He's so graceful. It's so strange that he's so graceful as somebody so big. But when I saw the behind the scenes, that actually was something he ad-libbed, because when they did it the first time, that wasn't in there. So it's like just something he just ad-libbed that don't take no pictures. It just looks so cool. And then the other part I liked when he's against the wall, and it's like I think he's supposed to be drunk. It's like, but it's like he's full, but he just is so gracefully, and he comes back up and hits the wall. I don't know if you know it, if you even noticed that part, but I love that part. It's a little dark at that point, so it's hard to see. But I've watched this video so many times. I've microscopically examined it. So, but that little part towards the end where he's like it's like he's falling, but it's the most graceful fall ever, and then he hits the wall and comes right back up, and it's fluid. It's so amazing to see. Yeah, I definitely love this video, and I've played it to death. I've had it streaming since the start. It's on my phone in there, my old phone, but I also had it on my laptop because I'm like, I want this video to do really well. So we've been posting our streaming list. I call it a stream list now instead of playlist. It's a stream list. We've been posting it like every other day to try to get people to run that in a loop. But it's doing pretty well though. It's been doing about 1 million views a day. But I just hope it really does well. I think it needs a little more advertisement, but other than that, it's perfect. I mean, I absolutely love it.
Well, if anyone wants to post a video or a clip of the video on their IG page, they can hashtag it, to a lot of other celebrities, so the video can come up.
Right.
On their pages, and because I did it on one of my IG pages. Well, I have 2, and I got so many likes.
Yeah.
Like so many likes for the video. So obviously a lot of people haven't seen it. So if you post a video on your IG page and you have hashtag like several other celebrities, that people will see it. They'll see the video.
The only thing is, I really want them to. They only count for the actual video, and if you have a certain number of followers in your Instagram story, you can link the Instagram story to the actual video, and the person can swipe up and watch the video. If we don't have that yet, we don't have that capability. But I'd love to be able to do that because I have plenty of ideas for it. But I wish Chris did it, but he didn't put swipe up, and because it took me a second to realize that it was even linked. So if anything, if you listens to this, like Chris, post it again and put swipe up because you've got 40 million followers. So and even if not everybody watches, if let's say half watches every time, that's 20 million views. If they just watch it once, so that's something he needs to do again. I DM'd him,
what
but
do
I
you
don't know
need to do
if
again?
He needs to post the Instagram story with the link to the video, but he needs to have something that says swipe up, because you don't even know to swipe up without putting that.
Oh,
I didn't know to swipe up. It took me a sec. I realized it eventually, but at first I didn't realize that because there's nothing that says it. It was, he just posted it on Instagram story. So he needs to do that maybe a couple times a week. As it disappears. I don't know. You don't have to watch the whole video to even get counted. I can't remember how many seconds you have to watch, but I maybe half. I'm not sure, but not a lot. Not the whole thing. So, anywho.
Yeah, I think.
So the little clips, it doesn't count as a view.
Like
no.
3 minutes.
No.
No. If the video is like 3 minutes, you gotta watch. I think you gotta watch like 45 seconds to a minute of it. If it's a 3 minute video for it to count as a view. But I just can't remember the numbers for depending on the amount of minutes that the video lasts.
Right.
I need to go back and check that again. But I think it's like 45 seconds to a minute if it's a 3 minute video.
But I think if anybody watches it, they're going to watch the whole thing. But so if we could get that link, that would, if we get access to that link, I still don't know exactly what the rule is. It's not, everybody doesn't have to be verified. It's not always verified people, but maybe it's the number of followers. I don't know. but it was like, oh my God, we need that feature because every time because people for some reason more people look at Instagram story than your actual Instagram post. And I don't know why. When I do like a poll,
it's a lot easier to
Instagram
see.
Story,
It's a lot easier to. I'm sorry, with the Instagram stories. I don't know how it looks on an iPhone, but on an Android, as soon as you go into Instagram, at the top there are all these little circles of stories.
Right.
And so you'll see their stories. You may never even see their posts because of algorithms, but the stories are up there, and they'll just keep, once you watch one, they'll just keep playing until you get out of it, and then when you're scrolling down your feed or up or however you want to, everybody says it differently, but when you're scrolling across the feed, there's another section on the Android app where it'll say recent stories or and it'll have a bunch of them
on the side of it. Yeah, and so there's tons of ways to see stories without ever even seeing actual, the actual post. Because when I post I do sound bites from the podcast, and when I post them on, yours was the most popular we ever had, Tammy. The one you with that sarcastic one you did with the album, the BT Awards one. That's the most popular one we've ever had. But I think you got like 90 views on Instagram story. On Instagram story, awesome. Yeah. It was like she's like, oh, whatever happened to that album? It only went gold in three days and platinum in weeks. Oh, what happened to that album? Like, that was perfect. That was I knew that was the soundbite even as I heard it. So yeah, that was one that was a good one. That was a really popular one. So it got that video got a lot of views. So that was a good one. Thank you, Tammy.
Thank you.
Yeah. What do we have next?
Well, then let's move on to what I've been wanting to talk about the whole conversation. Royalty's birthday. All the pictures came through because she was there. Her Aunt Tootie was there. It looked like both of her nanas were there. And everybody was dressed well, and she looked so cute. She was so pretty. They had the little Cinderella carriage, and were all the princesses there, or was it just me? Weren't all the princesses there?
Yeah, all the princesses were there with Cinderella, and I don't know them all because I'm not really into it like that. But what I thought was cute was that Joyce and Rashida both dressed up as princesses. I don't know which princesses, but
Rashida?
They look like very good friends with Joyce, like her bestie.
Okay. Yeah. I do. I enjoyed seeing the pictures from it. Paula, why don't you go ahead and do round robin?
Okay, April, you said some great things.
Oh, it looked like a great little girls' party. So,
right.
It was very pretty. She's a gorgeous little girl. The princess thing, those of us who have kids and little girls, we love doing that. So I think she's a super blessed little girl, and I'm glad that she was, she's able to have these great elaborate parties.
Yeah, that was nice.
I think it's common to have big birthday parties for your kids. You have people who really do. I always did mega parties for my kids, and everyone in my family does mega parties because really growing up, we didn't have birthday parties. So my sister really does go all out for a birthday party for her kids, her girls. It also depends too on what the kid is into at that time. Like I can remember my kid, my kids were in. Well, my daughter, she was into Winnie the Pooh and Minnie the Mouse and whatever Cinderella, whatever mega cartoon was going on at that time. Frozen, all of that stuff back then. Like now, my little nieces are into Frozen and all these other. And so the birthday themes do fall. Back in my day, my kid was into Blue's Clues and Barney, and my son's parties were Bob the Builder theme parties.
Yeah. Hi, Shay.
I think Royalty looked really cute in her gown and her little tiara. Like, she looked like a true princess to me. And it was also, it was really nice to see Tootie there, too. So I really love to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had a crown, too.
Right.
CM?
I didn't really get to see a lot about the party.
Oh.
So, yeah, I didn't really get to see a lot of footage or anything.
Okay. Well, Jandy?
But I'm sure it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to get some pictures sent your way.
Yeah. A video or two. Jandy?
I thought she looked just too cute, but she's just grown up so much this year.
Too fast.
But yeah, and then how his mom posted that picture and was talking about how, thank you for picking out my costume, how she dressed her. So she is just too cute. So yeah, but she just looked really pretty, I thought.
Yeah. Tammy?
Yes, Rosie was so beautiful, and I loved her dress with the little trail. It was just so cute. It was, and it was like multicolored, right? Because it looked in some
like
pictures
a rainbow
it was
cotton
one
candy.
color.
Yeah.
And in other pictures, you can see that it was actually a combination of colors, and it was just beautiful. And also, I was able to see a video, and everything was just set up so it was just beautiful inside, the way the setup was, the cake. Also, they had performers who were singing to Rosie, and they were dancing.
Yeah, kids
Yeah.
At
Was
least
really
they were wearing
fun.
Black Pyramid clothes. They all
They
wore
were.
Black Pyramid clothes, so I give them credit for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids were dancing and they were singing, and it was just and then on the video they were the person who, I guess it was somebody from the media that came out, and they interviewed Joyce, and I loved her costume. It was just awesome. She looked so beautiful with her crown on, and I also seen Tootie. She looked great as well. It was really good. It was really a good thing to see. And the carriage, and when they stepped off of the carriage, the princesses standing around. It was really cool. I wish I was there.
I love that she had a little escort and everything in her carriage. And when she got one of the coachmen started waving, showing her how to wave, and so she did a little princess wave. Little boy didn't do it, but she did it. It was cute. It was so cute.
At a fight and a party.
Oh yeah,
That's how you wrote it.
Yeah,
that's how you wrote it.
Oh yeah, he went to the Twin Charlo fight, which he won again. Twin Charlo won again. I think he's going to be expanding OHB Sports because yeah, that was exciting about that. You know, that he went to the thing. Somebody said, "Oh, what do you think about Twin Charlo?" He's like, "Great, he won." Like, he was real short of. I was like, "Yep, he won. That was a good thing." And after that, he went to Dan Belt. I don't know how to say his name. I don't want to butcher it. Bilzerian. I'm not sure how to say his name, but he's like a socialite. But he has a business. He's sort of self-made man. Even though he's a trust fund baby, he used his trust fund to create his own business and kind of make his own fortune. I know that's an aside. I talk too much, but he at a party at his house in Bel Air and was shooting the whole night. So yeah, did everybody see him at that?
I did see that, but I didn't pay attention to who the name of the individual was. I did see something about Chris, and it kept saying in Bel Air or something like pics. So I didn't pay any mind. Yeah.
I didn't get any good pictures. I really wish I had because I need some puzzle pictures, man. If y'all got some good puzzle pictures, send them to me because I'm having a fit. And there's some people who followed us just to do this puzzle. And it was like, oh my God, yesterday I was like, I know, but this girl said, I want to do a new puzzle, please. I'm like, oh God, I didn't do a puzzle yesterday, Sunday. Like, oh God, I didn't do the puzzle. Take that hustle and put a puzzle on there.
That's a stress reliever for some. You got to get with it. That's a stress
know.
reliever for some people.
I'm like, damn, for Sunday? Okay. I mean, because I started doing them so okay, you could have it for lunchtime. And I said, well, on the lunch break, they could be doing the puzzle. Like, yeah, that's always been popular since 2000. I've been doing this since 2013. And people have been, it's been popular ever since. It's been popular since
we got to make a complicated one.
I know. Oh, sometimes I do. Some of them I do hard.
A way to make them more complicated.
Some days I do them a hard one. The other day I did him and the dancers. A picture of him and the dancers. That one I did was 120 pieces. And with that many people in the picture, I know that one was hard. Yeah, that was 120 pieces. But sometimes, like on a Friday, I'll do it like 50 pieces or 70. You know, something much easier. Yeah, but. Yeah, I do the hard ones sometimes. It depends. It has to be a lot of detail on the picture for the hard one. Otherwise, it's just boring. You know?
Yeah.
It's just all the same. How did we get from the puzzles? Oh, I need pictures. That's what I'm saying.
You mentioned
it. Me some pictures.
You mentioned it.
Oh, my God. That's the ADD brain. Sorry, people.
No worries. We actually didn't have anything else on the agenda. It was just those 3 things plus going back in time with the redo.
Yeah.
So, was there something else that people wanted to talk about? Briefly, CB related stuff.
Anybody see anything interesting on the timeline?
Oh, I saw something that was really funny. Did anybody see the video that Chris posted on his Instagram? It's called Alphabet with Chris Brown.
Oh, yes!
Yes, I saw the one for Cardi, too, but yes.
Yeah, I reposted that. That was hilarious.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
That's a hoot.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Like, who did that?
But they didn't do the full alphabet with his, right? His wasn't the full alphabet. They did the full alphabet for Cardi. I was rolling.
How'd they get it in a minute? How'd they get a whole thing in a minute? That's amazing.
Yeah.
I felt like it ended with
I felt like it stopped.
Would you say, Tim?
Like it didn't go.
Ended at like R.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I just said the one with Chris ended like around. It ended at like R.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got a whole alphabet for Cardi in a minute, because a minute is right now that's the limit. 1 minute.
Well, because you have to understand, like, a lot of that stuff is like the sounds she does.
Yeah.
You know, so some of the alphabet was, you know, it was, you know, different things like that. So it was,
it's quicker.
You know, So, but it was funny. God bless whoever takes their time for that mess.
Yeah, his was like, sometimes his was a whole sentence. Not a sentence, but it was like a whole phrase. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. But I was talking about, with Hope You Do, some girl posted, oh, I love the video, I love this, I love that, and I love what he keeps saying 2:03. She said like the clock is 2:03. I was like, oh my God, it's not 2:03, it's 2 or 3. Like, oh my God, she put a clock in it. Like, it was fine because she put that clock in there. Like, stop it. Don't kill me.
Leave her be. That stuff is funny.
Just wrong for no reason. Come on. 2:03. No, he's not saying 2:03, people.
Well, you know, it's like what is it? What was that thing with the Laurel and what was it? You know, the people hear this.
I know.
She heard 2:03. You know,
man, I thought that was so funny. Oh, bless her heart. People. No, bless her heart.
Bless her heart.
Well, she was so sure. She was so confident.
Well, it's I believe that was everything. So thank you guys for joining us. It's good that even though we had the blooper with the time, you all still managed to come on.
Yes, that's totally my fault.
That just goes to show we don't read everything. We see that tweet. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
We'll just come
I know the usual time. Yes, I need to get through them in advance, so I don't have to remember, be bleary-eyed and do them. So, yeah.
So I found out all we have to do is, if you have an account, you can switch your account to business, to a business account. And then it'll give you the link, the option to put a link in.
Oh, we did make ours a business account, and I still didn't get it.
So. No, I think you have to have
because I switched that to a business account a while back, and it still didn't give it to me.
I switched mine to a business account, and it did it. That's why I did it. And I think I only got 5,000 followers. So
I don't have 5,000 yet. Maybe that's it. We got to get to 5. The magic number is 5,000 or something.
Yeah. Well, see, even that is a certain number. So thank you though, because now we know the goal number is at least 5,000.
Yeah.
So we'll work on that.
Yep, definitely. Right.
We'll definitely work on that.
I know.
All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We had a great time chatting with each of you as usual. And we'll see you all next week. Same time. Make sure you're all tuned in. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on this episode, and we hope you'll join us again at the Vanguard.